My name is Tony Cameron with TLDR Accounting, and we offer tax and accounting services to therapists and other small businesses. Today we're going to talk about some retirement options that you have. You might have one through your job, or you might be thinking about offering one to your small business. There are three main types that we're going to focus on: the 401k, which is a common plan that most people have heard of, the Simple IRA, which is less common, and then the SEP IRA. Now, there are a couple of big differentiators between the three of them. The first question I always ask anyone who's talking about setting up this type of plan is, do you have employees? If the answer is no, all three are still on the table. But if the answer is yes, there are some differences between the types of plans. Now, if it's just you, a solo 401k is a great option, but solo. So that's you are the only business owner, maybe your spouse works in the business, but you don't have anyone else working for you. If you do have others working for you, the regular 401k is a great plan, but it's a little bit more expensive to establish, and it can be a little bit more complex. Now, if you have employees and you have, say, 20, 30 people, 401k is probably the way to go. But if you're a much smaller business and you have employees, a fantastic option is the Simple IRA. There's some limitations to it. So there's two options. As a business, the business can contribute either 2 or 3%. Now, if you decide on the 2% options, that's automatic. No matter what, the business is contributing 2%. It doesn't care what the employee contributes. The other option is the business can contribute 3%, and that can be a match. So if the employee only contributes 1%, then the business only contributes 1%. If the employee contributes 4%, then the business contributes 3%. The Simple IRA, great plan if you have employees. It allows the employer to help fund the retirement account, and it gives the option to the employees if they want to contribute. The contribution caps, it's $13,500 for 2020. If you're older than 50, you have an additional $3,000 contribution. Now, like I said, the other option if you have employees is a 401k plan. The contribution limits are higher, so it's $19,500 for 2020, and then $6,500 in addition if you're over 50. Now, the problem again with a 401k plan, if you only have a couple of people, is it is more expensive and more complex to set up. We tend not to recommend them unless, like I said, you have 20, 30 employees, then you're going to hire someone to manage all of that and to keep track of it. It's not something that you're going to be running for your employees every time you run payroll. Now, if you don't have employees, or if you do, another option is a SEP IRA. Now, I love SEP IRAs if you are the only one working in the business. So if it's just you have no employees, it's fantastic. It's up to 25% of your compensation. So if you're getting paid $100K, you can contribute 25% of that into retirement. That's fantastic. Now, the cap for that is $57,000 for the year. Huge cap. It's a great option to stock money away when you have a really good year. It's not so great if you have a couple employees, because if you contribute 25% of your salary, which is the maximum, you have to contribute 25% for your employees as well. So if there's you and you have an employee and you both make $100K, you're going to have to contribute 25% or 25K for that employee and for you. That's a lot of money. And it has to be equal across the board. So everyone in your company has to be at the same percentage. And so you can't, you be at 25% and then your employee be at 10%. It doesn't work like that. It has to be consistent across the board. But it's a good plan if it's just you. So if it's just you, my recommendation's more than likely going to be a SEP IRA. If you want to contribute more to retirement than a SEP IRA, solo 401k is a great option. It's a lot like a SEP IRA, but there's also an employee portion, and that can be up to $19,000 for the year. If you have employees, my recommendation then is the Simple IRA. It's just an overall good, easy to use plan if you have any employees. So those are the big three areas I see for each types of these plans. A 401k plan is great if you have 20, 30 employees and you're going to outsource administration. If you're going to do it internally and you have employees, the SEP IRA, fantastic plan. The employer is either contributing 2 or 3%, and then if they are doing 3%, it's a match. So it's only if the employee contributes. If you're the only one in the business, the two options we recommend are either a solo 401k, which is a little bit more complicated than the SEP IRA, but it does let you contribute more. I only bring that up in case you want to contribute the absolute max and you're going to do that consistently. Otherwise, a SEP IRA, it's easier to open, easier to manage, it's easier to calculate, and that's my recommendation. Hopefully you found this helpful. You can read more about it below.